Alrighty guys, so just to give you today's update, still obviously doing stuff like bathroom work and stuff, so I'm not doing a whole lot in here, but I got a couple of hours in. So I got the tank in, as you can see it's looking kind of good. There's a little dent here from where, believe it or not, I was lowering the ramp and I just didn't see that this was underneath it. My own stupidity. Anyway, got it in. It actually took a lot longer than I thought it was going to actually fit that. But anyway, that's not that important. It's in. I'm going to run the lines, and then I'm going to have to figure out which one of these bios to use, these three to use. I think it's these top two. If you can see that. I guess there was two there. Anyway, so that's looking good. We had a little bit of an issue here, and it's my own stupidity. There was the hub here. I thought it was good, fitted it and everything like that, and then went to move it and it was real stiff. So gave it a bit more pressure and it turned, but it now rocks like mad. So that was a bit of a bummer because I'm after putting it all together. This one's fine. Like it's hard to turn, but it's not. There's absolutely no rock in it. So I think that'll be all right once it gets used again a bit. So what I did was I took off that hub and knuckle assembly. I clamped this in the vise like so, because it's way too big for my press. My press, I find, is actually useless a lot of the time because of its size. It's just too small. So that might be something I might end up selling and buying a bigger one, just because I find a lot of times I need the press and it lets me down with just having too small an aperture to fit things like this through. I'd much prefer to have a bigger aperture and put metal bars in to make a smaller hole if need be. But anyway, so essentially that is your hub or your actual mating plate and splined joint hub. So that has got a bit of blackening there and stuff like that, but I'd say it'll clean up okay. And then I'm down to the bearing here. How I got that out, sorry, I was talking about how I got that out. I just basically put that onto it, put there, and then gave it a good few wallops with the persuader. And now it's seen my way and came out. But just look at the state of this, okay? So this circlip is holding the whole system in. And I hope you can see that. She is shagged. Now, I'm sure it's worse now because of me banging it out. But Jesus, I can nearly pull that out, like, you know, so that's really bad. I find it hard to get this circlip undone. I will need to maybe get a circlip pliers. I don't have one. I've needed one for a long time. I don't know if I will buy from the local guys and you know, just buy the one or buy a kit cheap on eBay or something. I don't know if I just buy the one good one or a kit. Anyway, I just so happened to have a new bearing here from I think you might remember if you were watching along for the whole lot of this back in November. I had a another 300D in, and it came with a host of spares. There's a little bit of rusting marks on it. As you can see there, I've sort of given it a quick polish with Scotch Brite, and then there's one here, but it's brand new. It was never fitted. It just happened to have rust. With the head gasket going on the Pajero, I just don't have the budget to be buying a brand new one of these, because these are like, whatever, they're expensive enough for what you're getting. So I'm not going to, because the well, we don't know the head gasket's gone on the Pajero, but the heating system all needs to be overhauled. That in itself was about €300, and it's, do you know what I mean, I've got to fit all that in, so I just don't have the time nor the budget to be swapping out this for one that's brand new, even though, or one that's doesn't have the little bit of rust on it and everything. These are all painted up, and I'll just bring one over and offer it up so you can have a look and see what is going on with it. So this is how it's going to sit, and you can see, I'm sure that it's sitting far too low. And the reason for that is, you can probably see that little sweep out there, because if I put it sitting back here, it's sort of perfect. So I think, and let me just see if I can get you to see that. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is, I'm going to have to do a little bit of surgery on the on that sweep where it comes down, and basically just straighten that out, cut it out basically. Maybe put a sheet, or maybe invert it if possible, or put a sheet across it, make it a straight length. I'm not a big fan of that, but I can't see any other way to get that to sit in right, if you know what I mean, because it's hanging very low there. I would want it somewhat in line with the core, or with the crossbar. I'll have to see what it's like with the bumper on. I hope it's just not a case of these are way too big for what I need. Sorry, I know the camera work is shocking. This is the other side, so I can, there we go. Like, we're not a million miles out, and I just think if I had that much of a difference in the height, we might be laughing. I'll measure it all out, obviously, because I want to just cut once. I don't want to be fucking chopping loads of lumps out of the front of the car. But you can just see the issue there. So that's a significant amount of rise that would happen if you just got that piece out. So yeah, that's my thinking on it, because you could put it back here, but then your angles become very strange like that. It sits better, but like that, it's going to interfere with the wheel well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it has to go in that area. We'll just see what it's like with the bumper on. It's a nice idea. If I don't have to do too much chopping, you'll be laughing. If I do, then I might cancel that idea and just go with a standard intercooler setup that most people use. Anyway, guys, so some bad news, some good news. When it comes down to doing the Pajero and stuff like that, I probably will just keep filming. So you guys might find that one a bit boring if you just want to see stuff about the super turbo om606s. It's a 2.8 turbo diesel. I'll just show you. It's a nice one. Like, it's not. It's a worthwhile thing to save it, like, to do the work on it and stuff. So it's quite a nice example. Very, very little rust, although I have started to notice on the front arches there's rust. So maybe when I have the radiators all pulled out of it, I might tackle that then, or I might wait. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's another day done. Cheers. Bye.